Welcome to another Level 3 Probability Concepts video. We're going to chat about expected value. Expected value is a term used to mean how many times do we expect something to happen from a given number of trials. For example, if we roll a die 30 times, we would expect 5 4s to be rolled. The probability of rolling a 4 is 1 chance in 6, and so 1/6 of 30 is 5. Now, the expected value has a little formula that we need to be familiar with. N is the number of trials the event is conducted, and P is the probability of the event occurring. To work out the expected value, we just go N times P. For example, if we roll a die 30 times, we'd expect 5 4s to be rolled because we're going to go 30 times the probability of getting a 4, and that gives us the same as 1/6 times 30. It doesn't matter which way we do when we multiply. It gives us 5 4s. We expect 5 4s out of the 30. All right, let's look at two examples. Example 1. If 2 cards are drawn from a pack of 52 cards a total of 20 times with no replacement, how many times would you expect to have exactly 1 heart? Now, we set up this probability tree a few videos ago, so make sure you're familiar with how to set up probability trees. And we want exactly 1 heart. So the first option is this, getting a heart first and then no heart. And let's multiply those two probabilities to get the probability of this scenario. And the other scenario is this option, getting a no heart first and a heart second. And let's multiply those probabilities to get the probability of this option. And then we want one of those two options, one or the other. So or means to add. So let's add up those two probabilities to get the probability exactly one of the cards is a heart to be 13 over 34. Right, well, let's move on to expected value then. The expected value is N times P. So 20 times 13 over 34. We're doing this experiment 20 times. We're getting dealt 2 cards 20 times. And the probability of getting exactly one of the cards being a heart, we've just calculated that as 13 over 34. So we're going to multiply these two together. That doesn't give us a whole number. It gives us 7.64 something. Now, we can't get 7.64 times. So we're going to be sensible and round it to 8. And we're going to then say we would expect to be dealt exactly 1 heart about 8 times out of the 20 trials, or 20 times. Right, let's look at a second example. This is a two-way table, and it's about learner's license, restricted license, and whether they get speeding tickets or no speeding tickets. If 500 drivers that had their learner's license were pulled over, how many would you expect to get a speeding ticket? Well, we're going to use this table, the summary from the results from this table, to make an estimate out of how many of the 500 drivers that had their learner's license would get a speeding ticket. So here's our learner's license column. We're only focused on those. So it's conditional probability. And the probability of a learner license getting a speeding ticket is 14 chances out of 159. So let's move on to our expected value, which is N times P, which is going to be 500 times 14 over 159. We have 500 drivers, that's the number of trials, or number of people we're surveying, and the probability is 14 chances out of 159 that they get a speeding ticket. So let's multiply those together. Once again, we don't get a whole number. We get 44.025 something. So let's be sensible and round it to 44. And our statement we can say is this. We would expect about 44 out of the 500 drivers that had their learner's license to get a speeding ticket. All right, that's us for this video. So thanks so much for watching.